Hey everyone, Narissa Trindad here. Welcome to another episode of 3 with Me. In this video, I want to focus on the fact that it's okay to not be okay. Each year we mark our You OK Day, a day that encourages us to check in on our colleagues, our family and friends, and have a conversation and see how people are going. This year in particular, it's even more important that we check in on people. An increased number of people are feeling isolated and disconnected. And research tells us that sadly, suicide rates are increasing and there is a significant impact on people's mental health and well-being. But while it's really important for us to check in and have the conversation, what's even more important is how we react and how we respond when someone says to us, well, actually, I'm not really okay. Sadly, there is still so much stigma associated with mental health. As a carer for my wife, who navigates life living with a mental health condition and a physical disability, I have seen firsthand the differences in people's reaction to mental versus physical health. For example, you wouldn't tell someone with a broken leg to simply get up and get on with their day. So how can we expect the same thing from someone suffering with anxiety or depression? There needs to be an increased level of awareness, understanding, and patience when dealing with mental health. Together, we can create a safe place, a society, and a community where it's okay to not be okay, where people don't feel ashamed to ask for help or admit that they're struggling. But it all starts with being able and feeling comfortable to have that conversation. So I want to share with you 3 things that have really helped me. Number 1, choose the right place and time to have the conversation. If you pick a time when you're in a big group of friends or maybe in a busy meeting, the person you're asking might not feel very comfortable to share how they're really feeling. Doing this on a one-on-one basis generally works better. But make sure that you're in a safe place where you both feel comfortable. If the person is sitting down, ensure that you yourself sit down. This way you're at that same level and you appear a lot more approachable and the conversation will flow better. Number 2, listen. Actively listen. How many times have we been in a conversation with someone and they're talking to us and we're just thinking about what we're going to say next or how we're going to respond without really listening or even allowing the person to finish? Have you been in a situation where someone's told you, I've experienced this, and you instantly jump in and go, yep, I've done that too, and let me tell you how I felt. I'm guilty of it too. But when someone comes and tells you that they're struggling or maybe they're feeling overwhelmed, try not to respond with, I totally know what you're feeling. I felt like that too. Last month, here's what happened. Here's what I did. Here's how I felt after that. Here's what I think you should do. No. This is not your story. It's not about you. So listen. Just listen. Number 3, acknowledge how the person is feeling and allow them to direct how they want you to help them. I've been in situations where my wife has told me how she's feeling, and being a person that wants to help, I immediately jump in and go, yep, I sure know what you're going to do here. We're going to call your therapist. We're going to check the medication that you're on. I'm going to make sure that you feel better. I thought that I was helping, but all I was doing was taking control of the situation. My voice was becoming louder and hers was becoming softer, and she was trying to fade in and almost not exist. So it's really important that when we're having these conversations, we check our response. Over time, I've changed the way I react, and my response now goes something on the lines of, thank you so much for telling me how you're feeling. It must have taken a lot of courage for you to admit that. I hear how this must make you feel. How can I help you? What can I do to support you? Making those little changes and shifting how we approach the conversation not only shows the other person that we acknowledge how they're feeling, but it also allows them to direct how we should help them. Of course, if the person's unsafe with themselves or with others around, then yes, please call for professional help. So to recap, choose a place that is right for the conversation, listen, actively listen, and ensure that you acknowledge how the person is feeling and you allow them to direct how they want you to help them. We're all growing through this together, and we all play a big part in ensuring that we create a space and a community where it's okay to not be okay. As always though, stay safe, stay well, and we'll speak soon.